It's time to get ready. This is the last Chess Today show before the month of August begins. And in the month of August, we have a lot going on. The Speed Chess Championship is back in full swing. I don't know about you, but I have been depressed over these last 2 months of summer. No opportunity to commentate on matches like the Geary So match. But I just want to take this moment to let everybody know we got a quick preview coming out for all the matches in August. Robert Hess makes predictions for the match between Grischuk and Rapport, which is on August 3rd. Then August 23rd, 24th, and 31st, we have big matches. I think the one I'm most looking forward to is the Yifan match, mainly because I just want to see if she can shock the world. I mean, I love Fabi, but I'm rooting for Yifan because I want to see the upset, and I think it would be really cool in the interest of diversity. So that'll be interesting. But I think the match that most people feel, the match that's going either way in people's picks is this one, the Nepomniatchtchi match. Curious in the chat, going to ask all of you, let me know, of all the matches in August, which one are you most looking forward to? And if you got a reason, let me know. I expect Maxime, obviously, to be the heavy favorite over Jeffrey, as much as we love the young American. I think Fabiano is the heavy favorite over Yifan. Despite my personal hopes and wishes. Nepo and Aronian, I'm picking Aronian to move on, mainly because I think he's going to be so much more motivated after barely losing to Grischuk last year. For those of you who've been following the chess.com, these Blitz Battle Championships we do, he barely lost to Grischuk last year in a nail-biter, and I think that experience is going to make him a little more motivated, even though I do agree with Robert Hess, you're going to see his video soon, that Nepo is probably the slight favorite. And Grischuk Rapport, that'll be literally a week from yesterday. So, mark your calendars, get ready. I'm going to check out the chat and see what's going on here in just a second. If you are joining us via chess.com/TV, please head over to the twitch.tv/chess area for interacting in the chat. Right now there's some sort of issue with the Chess TV chat, so engage. We're all on Twitch today. It's all twitch.tv/chess. Of course, you can watch silently alone by yourself on Chess TV, but if you want to engage in the chat, today is the day to head over to Twitch. Speaking of heading over, I head over back to the homepage and open up the daily puzzle, and wow, isn't that ironic? Destined to fail. That's how we start the Chess Today show. Destined to fail. I think that, again, I feel like these puzzles and the titles of these puzzles are getting more and more appropriate to how badly I butcher them. So as all of you let me know in the chat, which match in August are you most looking forward to? That is the question for you today. I am going to solve this checkmate, or attempt to do so. All right, what do we got here? We've got like a little simple rook h8, right? But then he runs out here and there's like no way to get him, is it? Actually, wait. Rook right here. Okay, if king f7, queen takes f6. If rook h8, king to g7, we can, the bishop guards the g5 and h6. We can take f6 if rook takes. Again, you can play rook h7, and when the king moves, you can play queen takes f6, and that is likely winning. But I'm hoping for more. Hoping for more. One thing about this position, and one thing to observe, and again, now I'm going into instruction mode, so if you've already solved it, hold your judgments for later. One thing about positions like this is you quickly observe that your opponent has no checks. Not immediately, right? So that allows you to at least have this consideration that you can play a move potentially that might be increasing your attacking chances or improving the mating net, right? Tightening the grip without your opponent getting a check. That's important to assess and recognize because it allows me to consider moves like e takes f6 first. E takes f6 certainly threatens things like rook to g7, mate in 1. And if e takes f6, rook takes f6, queen takes f6, again, he's mated very soon, but exactly what the mate is, I still don't see. I must be just missing some sort of clearly subtle check, because I looked at the most powerful checks. I thought rook h8, rook g7. I looked at queen g5. Okay, what about queen g3 check? Queen g3 check, he has to block, you take, he has to block, you take. Looks like that's just mate. So why is this puzzle called Destined to Fail? I have no idea. But took me long enough to solve that mate in 3, right? Yeah, so obviously the initial focus I had, I think, was on the bishop and the rook communication here, and I think looking at rook h8 check is a natural thing to do. And I have trouble in these things because the moment I start solving it, I feel like I'm going into what about my thought process is instructive instead of just executing it. But okay, queen to g3 seems pretty obvious in hindsight. As soon as you recognize that you can't play queen g5 or queen to g4, queen to g3 pops up, and just like that, the daily puzzle has been solved. We head back over to our topic of the day, our news item of the day, the Speed Chess Championship, and let's go ahead and let Grischuk and Rapport be the headline piece there right above us. The banner you can now see at the chess.com TV homepage. So gonna be epic. I think that Grischuk is the favorite here, but who knows? Maybe Rapport has a brilliant day and Sasha is lagging. I don't know. I think this was designed to be kind of an exciting matchup. I mean, we didn't place the matchups. We just invited the players, and then depending on their ratings. But I think this is definitely an interesting one. As far as the overall Speed Chess Championship goes, checking out your comments now. Ho versus Caruana. A lot of people excited for that. Ho Yifan. Let's see. Ho Yifan versus Fabiano Caruana. Ho Yifan versus Fabiano Caruana. Carlsen will play recreational games, not a tough match. He will eat Gusianov. That's Koval Super GM in the Twitch chat. I don't know if he likes to eat, other grandmasters, but okay, yeah, I get it. No, he's obviously a heavy favorite against Gusianov. He was a heavy favorite last year against Petrosyan in the first round, right? That's a lame question, Danny. Danny, who cares what match we're looking forward to? Hashtag skinny repeal chess today. I don't know what other question to ask you, all right? Why don't you give me a better question then, Tone Deaf? Instead of bringing the negativity. I don't know. It is a lame question. I'm just curious. I'm curious what people are looking forward to. What else do you want me to ask? Does Danny know that chess.com chat is down? Yes, I do. And I invited everybody to be over here in the Twitch chat. We are aware. Call me crazy, but I'm starting to think I'm better at tactics than Danny. That's from Kara Confrey. You might be. I don't really think that's true. I think I've been a little fog brain. I don't know. I mean, I had one really bad experience with a mate in 3. It's also, again, I know it sounds just like an excuse, but it is my goal in solving the daily puzzle is not to just sit here and be in my own little corner. I'm trying to walk you through my thought process, and I don't think it's, unlike playing, where I feel like it's almost more natural for me to talk sometimes and play bullet. I don't know that it really helps my focus when I'm solving puzzles, but we're going to dive in and solve some puzzles today because I feel the challenge. All right, well, the bottom line is that we're all looking forward to August. There's going to be a ton of Speed Chess Championship matches. The chat here on chess.com TV and twitch.tv/chess will be busy. Danny, do you remember that article where the writer girl who did tactics like every day and got to 2,000 but was terrible at chess? I don't remember that. You want to give me the link? That's from GDog16 in the Twitch chat. I don't remember that. Grischuk is better. Carlsen, heavy favorite in all matchups. We'll see. Carlsen, he obviously won last year, proved he was the favorite, but we'll see. John HS9, Danny, what do you think about Naka versus Eric? I'm not sure what you think. I'm not sure exactly what do you mean, what do I think? Do I think that there's some sort of romantic potential for their relationship? I'm not ruling it out. Okay, do I think that there's tension there? Right? I don't know. You said it, not me, right? I don't know, right? What do I think about Eric and Naka and their potential? I don't know. Can they go steady? Can they take this thing to the next level? Maybe. Now that they're both streaming, we'll help facilitate it. That's all I can do. I'm a matchmaker, okay? That's all I do. I can only bring them to the table. They have to make the relationship work. So, Danny, please play some live chess. Danny, please do some puzzles. Well, first thing we do on the Chess Today show, after we solve the daily puzzle and engage with the chat, which we have now done, we bounce over and we play our daily chess games. So, all right, so in this game we have one of these really, really lame, Pearts, old, whatever kind of things going on. You play some flexible moves. White's going to be like slightly better in the middle game, and it's just a matter of, kind of outmaneuvering your opponent there. But, all right, knight a4, that's a good move. That's a really good move, actually. undermining the protection of my bishop on e2. That was not very nice of iPro Checkmate King. Like we said, iPro Checkmate King is either a spokesperson for Apple or he's, broken English. I don't even know where to, iPro Checkmate King. I feel like I have to pause every time I say it. All right, well, that's a tough one, actually. That's going to make defending this lost position down a queen for all of those who are paying attention to all the Chess Today shows. That's going to make my job a little harder here. That is faux show. I have to let him take. Pretty sure I have to let him take on c3 and double my pawns. So the ability to keep this thing flexible and kind of awkward and weird is getting less and less, and I expect to be resigning this game shortly. All right, let's just move here. Let's just move there. All right, fine. Let him take and double our pawns. All right. eDog99 is following through on his promise to play this lost position. Maybe he's hoping for a stalemate trick at this point, but those of you who've been following the game, he blundered the queen, and so that, okay, so now he's moved again. Interesting stuff. Good stuff by eDog. He's all over it. He is all over it. How can I checkmate him in the fastest fashion? I don't know. Let's go here. He's already played another move. I've triggered another one of his moves. That's how on top of it he is. But queen to d2 is going to be played, and he has no way to stop queen f4 check. So that's coming next, and with it, Bob will be your uncle. All right, let's solve some puzzles here. I'm about done with the trash talk. Danny, what is Amon's win, BJ? Give me the link. Give me the link to Amon's win. I don't know what you're talking about. Thanks for being a sub, though. I love it. Danny, please give Hikaru a heads up that the videos from his own Twitch channel is of very low quality when uploaded to Twitch TV/chess channel. I don't even know that's not really Hikaru's fault. That's somebody on my team who needs to be aware of that. I'm not sure what happened with the quality there. But okay, I will let them know of that issue. Chess Bay, also a subscriber. Thank you for that. Amon won. But he won versus Ivan Isevich. Ivan Isevich. I love that name. That's awesome. Amon is 4 out of 5 en route to getting a GM norm. We love that. I'm super excited for Amon Hambleton, right? Soon he will be Grandmaster Amon Hambleton, right? Let's solve some puzzles. His name is Amon Hambleton. His name is he's the chess bra Amon Hambleton. And there's a million things he hasn't done. Rook b8. Rook b8. Bishop h2 check. Doesn't do anything. I think it's just rook to b8. Go get the queen. Oh gosh, why is that a problem with you, puzzle solver master guy? Okay, what's the deal? Oh, just check first and then rook b8, and then he can't even take. Duh. Okay, I need to focus here. I need to focus here. Not sure. He takes, and then give check on f8 and take there. Is that the best? That would be shockingly simple if that was the answer, so I doubt it. I would love to play queen e7 check. He moves. But where's the follow-up? That's my issue. Oh, what is wrong with me? Why am I just not following through on obvious ideas? I'm not even sure. I need to play faster and focus. You guys are all making me nervous. It's your fault. I'm blaming you. His name is Amon Hambleton. He is the chess bra Amon Hambleton. And there's a million things he hasn't done. Just you wait. Just you wait. I feel like there's something simple yet tricky about this. Should I just take his bishop? Rook takes d7. Head into the dark squares. I feel like my queen is just... I would love to have something with knight e5, but that doesn't do it. Knight to c5 also doesn't do anything. Bishop to g5, rook takes d7. Where's the follow-up? Where's the follow-up? Rook takes a1, rook takes d7. I'd love to play something like rook c1, but he plays queen takes d5 and c8's guarded. Rook takes a1, rook takes d7. Queen f6. You know, he takes d5 with the queen. That's the problem. He's threatening checkmate. So that's just not an option. Struggling with this one. Once again, I'm back in my fog brain. Fog brain time. Danny solving puzzles. Knight f6 check. If bishop takes, queen takes, I'm hitting the rook. So in that case, something like rook takes d5. Several possibilities, including just bishop d4, and I'm up the exchange. But if knight f6 check, king g7, that was what I was wondering about. I didn't see the immediate follow-up on knight f6 check, king g7. This was what I saw here. I am idiot. Seriously, why is this puzzle hard for me? I'm sure you're all just screaming the answer in the chat. Knight f6 check, king g7. I mean, there's moves like knight takes h7. King takes, queen takes f7, bishop g7, you take b7. Knight takes h7 if he takes on d5. I'm not close to solving this one yet, so I better take my time. Because at this point, the only thing that's going to save me is getting it right. If I get it wrong after taking this much time, I'm going to lose a ton of rating points. Right? That's like everyone knows like the chess.com puzzles gambit. Like if you commit to taking your time, you better get the puzzle right. Right? Because the clock is ticking. And right now, I'm sure I'm way past the average time for normal 2687 players for solving this thing. But the bottom line is I haven't solved it. I can only control myself. I can't control any of you. I can only control myself. My queen is she's crazy. I haven't seen a lady be this crazy since Gone Girl. You know what I'm saying? Right? Come on. My queen doesn't do anything here. I haven't seen a lady go this crazy, since Tanya Harding, since Gone Girl. I just insert crazy lady joke. I just, made that one up. Knight f6 check is like the only move that I see that does anything concretely. Knight f6 check, and if the king moves to g7, knight takes h7, I guess. No, wait, if knight f6 check, king g7, I can just play rook takes a1. Duh. So he has to take it. That's where I feel like I'm just like not following through on like obvious ideas, right? And I'm just winning the exchange. This has to be the answer. And I assume it's queen takes, right? Because if rook takes, he has queen c1 check, and then If rook takes, queen c1 check, king h2, queen h6 check. I mean, that's probably winning anyway, right? The fact that I'm still having to solve the puzzle makes me think I need to think about this. Because obviously I'm just up the exchange. Queen takes d4, takes and takes. Actually, that's gonna be kind of a tricky endgame, right? Because he has 2 pawns for the exchange. So maybe I do need to go for this. Rook takes, queen c1, king h2, queen h6, king g3. This is the answer. Solved it. Okay. All right, so it's a +1 puzzle. Not ideal, right? Certainly not high quality, like quick thinking. But where I'm losing it, guys, I feel like I'm losing it on like obvious like second move follow-ups or something. I'm just like not on the sharpest area of my game right now. Okay, queen g5, king f2, queen g2, king e3, rook e8 check, king to d3, bishop f5, king c3. I see no mate. So hold on. Queen g5, king f2, queen h4. No. Yes? No. Queen h5, king f2, queen g2, king e3. It's his only move. Rook e1, rook e8, king to d3. Bishop f5. I'm just following through on that line. He goes king to c3 or king to c4, and I feel like I'm running out of checks. And not giving up on that as being the idea, but I'm okay. Queen g. Now I want to figure out other options. Queen there check. Rook f2. I'm running out of forceful moves. Rook to e8 first is a nice move. Honestly, it's a nice little guy. Rook e8 threatens queen g5, and I think the only move is rook f2. If rook e8, rook f2, queen g5 check, king h1, no follow up. Oh, I have check, king f2, then rook e8, and if rook g1, queen h4, that's the answer. Boom. Sometimes you just see the answer and you just know, right? Yeah, it's check and then it's queen d4 check. So sometimes, like, once the answer pops in your head, you go, that was only 4 points? It's like, what's the deal, right? Come on. Come on. I just love yelling at it when it's really like, you know, people are like, Danny, it's your fault. Okay, so, Uncle Sasha is here. Hanging out with the chest-out comrades. Welcome, chest-out comrades. E5, Slon B3, A6. Slon C4, Король D4. Да. Опять. Да. He's winning. Waiter, taste the soup. I don't want to taste the soup. Taste the soup. I don't want to taste the soup. Taste the soup. All right already. I'll taste the soup. Where's the spoon? Aha! Right? Chop, g6, and then there, king e5. That's the idea. And then you played bishop d5. He takes. No. Takes, g6, bishop there, king e5, a6, h2, then bishop d5 takes, a7. Boomtown. Solved it. Solved it. You have to play a6 first, otherwise he catches your pawn. I told you I could solve a tactic from time to time, kids. Stick that in your pipe and you know, hop on a wagon wheel train and, you know, for a good toke. That puzzle has to be worth more than 6 points. You have got to be kidding me. That was hard work. I just did work right there. By the way, crushed my wad today. I benched over 200 pounds today. That's about 15 more pounds than I weigh. First time. First time ever breaking the deuce. I actually got to 205. But 205 I completed with a little bit of help. That's right. I know what you're thinking. Danny, don't get too strong for us because you're a chess player. I won't, guys. Don't worry about it. Thank you, though. Thanks for being so nice to me, chess.comrades. Chess.comrades, you are here. I am here. Uncle Sasha is here, and you are here. It's great. It's a great day. Да. Король G4, H1, конь E3. Король H2. Нет. Нет. Okay, this is a problem here. Maybe I am actually losing this one. Is it stalemate? Да.
what goes here? Perhaps it's just draw. Okay, this is tricky. Duh. I am not reading the chat because the chess.com comrades are yelling the answer at me. They're like, Uncle Sasha, get it together. Duh. Yeah. Okay.
These positions are always so tricky. I hate these endgame weird positions. I feel like King G4 I should just play. It's like one of those things where I just feel like I know it's the answer. And don't you get more points if you find the first move faster? I forget how our algorithm works. I don't even know anymore. I don't know anything anymore. I know nothing. King G4, H1 Queen. There are two forceful options as far as Knight H4 and Knight E3. Knight E3, King H2, and I've run out of checks. Knight F1 check, he can take it with the queen. So unless there's some kind of weirdness going on there. But this may be weirdness. This is totally like a computer puzzle, right? I mean, King G4, H1 Queen, Knight E3, King H2. Like maybe there's a move like King H4 or something. And no, because then he has Queen E1 check. King G4, H1 Queen, Knight H4 check, King to F1, he runs, and I have nothing. So that can't be it. If King G4, H1 Queen, Knight G3? Crazy? No, Queen takes H3 check. If King G4, H1 Queen, Knight F4 check, he takes. Now I'm going the stalemate route. Knight E3 check, King F2. This is tough. This is tough for me. Well, like the earlier puzzle, I'm committed now, right? You cross that line. I played the puzzle's gambit, and now I better solve it, or I'm going to lose a ton of points. I'm looking for stalemate ideas at this point. The queen is also trapped, right? Like if King G4, H1 Queen, Knight H4 check, King F1, Knight F3, he has Queen G2 check. And this is problem. Duh. If you American idiot did endgame study, you'd be not so bad. Das Vidanya, rating points. Das Vidanya, rating points. That's what Uncle Sasha says, because you suck, Danny. Oh, hold a tick. King H4. Duh. Right, King H4. Then if H1 Queen. No, no duh. Or duh. Duh? No. King H4, H1 Queen, Knight E3 check, King F3, doop and doop. The reason I like that is because I thought if King H4, H1 Queen, Knight E3 check, King H2, I had Knight G4 check, and then I have a little, get to play tickle there. Play a little tickle. King H4, H1 Queen, Knight E3 check, King H2, Knight G4, King G2, but the problem is Knight E3 check, he plays King F3, he gets out. And then we are back to problem town. Population, you guys. Knight G4. Duh. Why is this so rough? What am I doing? Anytime a puzzle gets this rough, I assume that there's just some sort of massive blind spot that I have about the position. Knight E3 check, King takes, Knight G4. queen check, and I draw. And if knight f4 check, king over. I think that's got to be it. Okay, so that was it. He can't take h3. So at least I made some progress. Wow. You know that was a hard one because I actually got 2 points taking the maximum amount of time. Okay.
That was tricky for Uncle Sasha, all right? I do not like... I've never been very good with my ponies, you know what I'm saying? Duh. It's like, I play a little tickle there. Duh.
All right, I'm back to the 2,700 club, so that's nice, right? Let's get one more. Let's get over the 2,700 mark.
Con h3, duh.
Okay. If knight e2 check and king h2, knight there is winning. So why is knight e2 check not just winning on the spot? Oh, he has king takes f2, that's why. So knight e2 check. If the king moves anywhere else, we take there. King takes f2 is the move. Then there are several areas where this knight could go with check, right? Knight f4 check seems to be an obvious one to consider, because if he goes back to g1, we play takes there. If he goes to e1, we have knight takes. So if knight e2 check, king takes f2, knight f4 check, king e1, knight takes, king g1, rook takes, king f3. Okay, queen to d5 is on the agenda, but he can play king takes f4, and now he's just like running free, right? g5 check. Takes, queen takes, king f3. And we have like rook takes queen, but he's got 1.5 million pieces by that point. So let's see, are there other moves here before I go fully pot committed on knight e2? Knight h3 check, bishop takes. There's no passive move because he has too many checks. There is no option for a non-check move in this position. I have too many pieces hanging and my king is under fire. So clearly that is not an option. Knight e2 check, and then if knight h3 check doesn't have an obvious follow-up, wait. Knight h3 takes and then knight e2 check? Possible? Duh. If takes, okay, we are winning. Okay, knight h3 check. Several other options, though, for him, like king h2 is a problem.
It feels like knight h3 check gives him too many options. And you know what Stalin said about options? Right, just that, comrades. I remember the great Stalin. He gave my family options. And it didn't work out, all right? All right, you remember what the Soviet chess school says about options, duh. Okay, duh. If Kon h3, Король h2, Ладья, G2, Король check, nah, there is nothing there, no follow-up. It must be Kon e2. Kon e2, Kon h4. Check. Oh, there's rook c4 check. That's a crazy move. I think that's it. I'm going for it. I'm going in. I'm going in, team. We do this guy. Fears the Piat. Okay, Ладья c4. I thought about this guy. I get you, guy. Da, G5 chop. Okay. Okay, G5 is also on the docket, but Rook C4 seems more than delicioso. Dora the Explorer goes nuts. Boom! Right? We did it. We did it. We did it. Yeah, Lois Simos. We did it. Bum, bum, bum. I've been watching too much.
Nickelodeon with my 5-year-old. We did it. Bump, 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 bump. We jumped over the 4th rank, checkmated the king. Yeah, we did it. We did it. We did it. Yeah. But my so my 1-year-old daughter is really steals everything from the 5-year-old daughter, which you can't blame her, right? She just loves everything we can. She steals it. And Hazel just every time she steals, she tries to teach her with swipe or no swiping. Swipe or no swiping. We did it. We did it. We did it. Yeah, Lois Simos. We did it. Bum, bum, ba-da. I'm pretty proud of myself. Those of you who said I couldn't solve puzzles, I just ended the Chess Today show at 2,700 plus. All right? I picked up my game. Did you pick up yours? That's a good... I picked up my jockstrap. Did you pick up... Anyway, it's been a lot of fun. Thanks for tuning in. Belushka0761 is so bored. You know what? What do you want me to do? You want this to be about you? What would you like to talk about, Belushka? What would you like to talk about? I mean, you said it. You're like the guy in the class, right? Mrs. Ryden, I'm bored. What would you like to do today? Amon's game. There is no Amon's game right now, and going over a game is not, All right, you want me to play matches. Okay. Well, how long has the show been going, first of all? Where are we at now? About 40-minute Chess Today show. Luckily, there are no other shows immediately following today's Chess Today show. So, sure, let's do it. Let's go play a little bit of live chess, all right? In fact, today is the day where we will play some members, and we shall do it. I'm not going to do Bullet Brawl. The Bullet Brawl is later today. Go to chess.com/TV. Check out the schedule. We have a Bullet Brawl starting at, I think, 3 Pacific time. I do whatever they tell me to do. So let's not play Bullet. Let's play, I'm going to take on a couple different members at once. Or I was going to take on, yeah, so we'll take on a couple different members at once here. Okay? And we're going to do something that's never been done before. Okay? We are going to play a blindfold chess simul. E4, C5. Okay, E4, C5, knight F3, play D6. D4, wait a second. In this game, D4, I was white? No, I'm black. D4, knight F6, knight F3, we'll play C5. E4, C5, knight F3, D6, D4, C takes D4. Okay, C takes D4. Oh, this is really freaking hard. This is really effing hard. Okay, D4, knight F6, knight F3, C5, C4, C takes, knight takes. Okay, we'll play knight C6. E4, C5. Okay, E4, C5, knight F3, D6, D4 takes, knight C3. We'll play the dragon. E4, C5, knight F3, D6, D4 takes, knight F6, knight C3, G6, bishop E5, bishop G7, queen D2, knight C takes, cancels. I'm going to play rook B8. Rakarovka. What is he doing? D4, knight F6, knight F3, C5, C4 takes, knight C6, knight C3, D5, E3, E5, knight B3, G4, knight B5. Look at you guys spamming me with challenges. Can we get someone to take a screenshot of this? This has got to be a bug. Okay, the only thing I care more about than playing blindfold and impressing all of you is winning. So, if it comes down to it, all right, I gotta switch back. I gotta switch back. Not because I can't do this, but because I played a 3-minute game against John and I didn't realize that. I meant to play 5-minute. But I will not let John beat me. Not today. Not today, Junior. So I'm going to... I can't play blindfold on only one board, so I'm switching back. I got to take down John first. I'm not going to let myself lose on time. Hey, I'm competitive. All right? And I donate rating points regularly on these shows by doing stupid things like blindfold bullet simuls and stuff. So not happening today. I got to take down John first and foremost.
Okay. We played this guy. And this is how Uncle Sasha will start to attack. 7 years, Siberian prison. Coming back to the options that Comrade Stalin gave me. But you, just not comrades. You are good comrades. Да. Привет. Спасибо. Okay, we're gonna get checkmate. Да. We did it. We did it. We did it. Yeah, Louis Emos. We did it. Bum, bum, bum. We launched an attack and delivered that mate. We did it. We did it. Bum, 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 bum. Then we rang the bell and we did a shake and bake. We did it. We did it. Bum, 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 bum. We delivered checkmate on the B file. Then we sang a song and made the fans smile. Yes, we did it. We did it. We did it. Yeah, Louis Emos. We did it. Bum, bum, bum.
All right, now we'll switch back to blindfold.
Duh. Now we finished this guy. The way it was meant for this guy to be finished. Blindfolded. Yes. I have to visualize the board very clearly. This is not easy. I am giving you the idea. You can use the blindfold as a training. People often say, Uncle Sasha, I can't stop blundering. And I said, well, when was the last time you did hard work? And they say no. And I say, go back to Russia. Да. Okay. Я 4. What is позиция? I have to go through moves in my head. I think I have crazy move here. I'm gonna do it. Ладья captures pawn, E4. Да. Бьет. He sacrificed queen. Да. I have knight F6. I love it. I'm visualizing board very clearly here. There is this diagonal problem. He had 99 problems as that guy. The guy who raps about the Brooklyn Nets. That guy. Okay. Now we're gonna finish him off in style. We develop a mating that did not attack the king. Yeah, we did it. Arthur Norsky. What are you doing?
We take his pawn with the queen. I have a knight on d4. He plays rook g2. We have queen h4 check.
to g3. I can play this move f5, right? Yeah, I think so. Threatening f4. Opening the f-file to the king. I believe he has problems here, Uncle Sasha style. My office is so messy. Duh.
You know why? Because I've been eating these organic, unsalted pick-me-up. Head yourself over to Costco. Apparently cashews are really good for your brain. Who knew? Yeah. Okay, now we're attacking the rook. I feel like the longer this game is going, the more I'm like, my muscles are coming back here. Building those blindfold chess muscles, baby. Oh, wait. Maybe that wasn't the best move. Why would he do knight f6 check? I'm just going to take it with the queen.
Duh. Game over. Red Rover. Let's go over this guy and see how well I did. Okay. That is exactly what I thought it was. Okay, very good.
So, we have knight f3 with c5, c4. So c4 is not the best move, Arthur. You're going into like kind of a bad version of, I mean, better to just play like a Benoni structure with d5 or something against c5. Or if you are a London / Tory Collie player, play e3, c3, try to defend d4. Okay, this isn't necessarily, you know, bad, but black is equalizing very quickly. I think if you take and do lines like this, maybe that's a little bit better something. But okay, once I get the big center, I'm kind of happy. Probably if you capture and capture here. But even this is not a line that really delivers white any kind of goods, right? There's no tactics here where you somehow have the ability to both win the d5 pawn. So the truth is, if black is able to establish this kind of center so early, you know, something has gone wrong for white. So I'm able to get that big center, and you allow me to advance. At this point, I was still playing totally blindfolded. And then right around here, after f takes e3, right here, I switched to seeing the board so I could finish off Mr. John High School. And then after bishop g4, e4 takes, and now a couple more moves here, we went back to playing blindfolded. So I saw this combination blindfolded. I recognized that the knight was pinned to the king, and that the pawn was pinned to the queen, which allowed me to play rook takes e4.
Duh, you're thinking, oh my gosh, Uncle Sasha, you still got it. You still got it, buddy. Thank you. Duh, I go back to Mother Russia and I win it all. Okay,
so this is what happened. The attack ensued. I should play blindfold chess more often. Huh? That was fun. Okay. If you didn't know you could play blindfold chess on chess.com, now you do. There's actually a blindfold chess club that you can join where they organize blindfold chess matches. It's kind of a private club initially, started by a young man who I know. But if you're interested, join the chess.com blindfold club. One of the things that is seriously true is that many people talk about making blunders, or that fog that exists in your head where you're calculating lines and you just can't see it anymore, right? Everybody has this sort of limit. But strong players are at the, and active strong players, not like myself, much better than me. I mean, those guys are seeing chess at such a high level that they don't stop their calculations because they can't see the board anymore. They make a decision. If they make a wrong one, that's one thing. But like a lot of people who are making consistent blunders, or you're calculating at a level where you feel like you just don't see things through clearly enough, or there's some sort of combination, and at the end of the line you forgot in the middle of it, you took a pawn, which opened a bishop, and now you've lost your rook on the long diagonal, right? These sort of things happen. And often it is as simple as building this muscle, working this muscle. That type of memory and visualization is something that I think our brains are not challenged enough to do anymore, right? I mean, 15 years ago, I think I had like 100 phone numbers memorized, right? Now my phone remembers, I think I know like my wife's number and my kid's number and my home number, and that's it. Right? I mean, how many phone numbers do you just know, right? Anyway, there's a muscle that can be built and worked on, and if you actually exercise it, you will improve your visualization and your calculation and be able to play and see tactics at a higher level in your own game. So that is a fact, believe it or not. And if you want to join the Chess.com Blindfold Club, I just gave you a link. You can request to join and see if you want to join in some of their tournaments. Could be fun. It's all just the honor system, so if you cheat, you cheat. But the point is everybody just agrees to play with the blindfold pieces on Chess.com and work on this together, right? You're working on becoming stronger chess players. If you're joining the club just to play with regular pieces and beat everybody, then you're only cheating yourself. So anyway, this has been a lot of fun. A little bit longer of a chess today than we normally do. Danny, if you see the Twitch chat, you have had the draw puzzle in one of your tactics videos on chess.com. I know that. So that puzzle with the knights. The puzzle with the knights was on chess in a tactics video. Share the link to the video. I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. Sorry. Yeah, thank you, Chessom. I'm sorry. Yes, the spam challenges does get rough. We need to work on this because, honestly, we've been taking some flack, and I'm, honest and transparent with you guys about some of the experiences we've had, especially when you watch guys like me or Hikaru or Eric Hansen streaming. Some of the issues we've had with that sort of spam challenge thing is actually causing some of the lag and stuff. We're learning that it's just like the communication there is not ideal. So we're continuing to try to optimize that for sort of rare use cases that everyone cares about. It's a rare use case that somebody would get 100 challenges in 30 seconds, but it is a use case, right? So those are the things we're always trying to work on and improve. And when we do these big events, no other site really has things like that with Hikaru live streaming or, Hansen doing that. And so we need to work on exactly what we're trying to establish there and maybe have a unique experience just for somebody who may be getting a ton of challenges so it doesn't screw up things. Anyway, but if I miss challenge, I'm sorry about that. It is hard to keep up with the spam. Danny, the project manager. That's true, baby. Oh, the streaking for green video? I don't think I had that exact puzzle, but we'll do streaking for green again soon. So, and I'm not the one programming. I'm just like the guy who's like, I don't know, help, project managing. But anyway, thanks everybody, and thanks for being here. The ginger I am. All right, everybody, peace out. Have fun on chess.com today. I'll see you in a few hours for the Bull Brawl. Later.